Okay, we are gonna take 2 on this and try this again. My internet kept cutting out. I don't know why. So if you're here, once again, let's say hello. Let me see who all hops on. Okay, good. Let's see. Okay, good. We have people starting to hop back on. I don't know what is wrong, but it's telling my internet connection is low. So I restarted this. We're going to do take 2. Not sure what's going on. It's not windy here. Actually a sunny day. It's cold out. But other than that, I have no idea. Our internet just gets crazy sometimes. And I live right in the city, so I have no idea. Other than the fact that we have a very long stretch to our, like to the telephone pole, usually that our internet's only affected like if it's windy out because the wires kind of sway a little, but it's not today, so who knows? Technology, it's a love-hate relationship, right? I know, aren't these beautiful? My goodness, I absolutely love these. These are stunning. I like the size of these. These like are statement pieces, and I have a lot of hair, so when it's down even, this actually, you can see these, which I love. Good morning, Polly, Marissa, Tasha, Brenna. Good, I see everybody starting to. Janet, good morning. Yes, so these are what we're doing today. We are doing the earrings. These so far are one of my favorite items that I have made. Good morning, Danette. Okay, these are so easy. I mean, once you see how easy these are to do, you're gonna be like, I can't believe these are that easy. So, all right, let me go over some things. I have some notes here wrote. So I am going to show you these in a minute. I will show you the others. I like to get with my notes because I'm just like, I'm a scatterbrain. I have so many tabs open in my mind half the time that I'll cut off one tab, close it, and start with another before I even finish what I'm saying. So I am going to start keeping notes to try to keep on track with myself. Okay, so I do have the giveaway for the flags. I closed that early this morning. I am going to I have 3 winners coming up for that. I am going to pull that probably as soon as we're done here. I'll go ahead and get that done. So we do have that to do. Let me see. Keep me on track here. Oh, I did want to go over these. I know we're going to be talking about the earrings, but these were a big hit, okay? So I had a lot of questions on these, so I'm going to do, are these heavy? No. So let me, I'm trying to stay on track here. So let me go over this first. Okay, I had so many messages about this. Okay, I did, in my post, I posted where I got the bags. These bags are from Amazon. Okay, I'm not going to make this about this, so I just wanted to do this real quickly because it's a lot easier than me answering 30 messages. These bags are on Amazon. Okay, they are like a polyester. They are 100% polyester, but these are the kind that will melt and fuse together. So when you do these, make sure you put a piece of either Teflon or butcher paper or parchment paper in between these so these don't fuse together. Okay, the design for all of this is available in my shop. We are doing them on the tiles. But one other very important thing about these is these are nylon strings and they will melt under your press. So when you do these bags, make sure this part, the top part here, is hanging outside of your press. So you do not catch these nylons because they will melt and in your bag's drawstring will be ruined. Okay, so that's super important. I ruined about 3 of them. All right, I'm not sure if I mentioned that in my video or not, but I do have a note on there about it, but sometimes people don't. When it says, like on some of my posts, it'll say see more. If that says that on a post, you need to click that so that you can finish reading a post. Because a lot of the time, the information that you message me about is in that see more post. So when you see, not just mine, anybody else's, just click that little where it says see more on the post. Read, okay? Because sometimes a lot of important information is continued on. So this is at the very bottom where it says important information. I don't think people are seeing this. Okay, so these strings do melt. Make sure they hang outside the press. Good morning, Polly, Amanda, Stephanie. Trying to go back. Okay, so enough about that. And then here are the designs. They are on the tiles that I do have still going, that I do have an overabundance of. So I still got lots and lots and lots of these. So don't be afraid to, if you need them and you need to order them, I still have them. Okay, and this design is in my shop, in my Etsy shop. You can find a link to that. It's usually on every post that I make with like a design or something. It's on that. And then the little marker that goes inside, I bought these at Target. If you want to watch about the whole thing, you can go ahead and see that in the video that I have. I didn't do a video literally on pressing these because we already did tiles once. I just wanted to let you know about the importance of letting these drawstrings hang out beyond your press. Do not press these melt, okay? And then the importance of putting the paper or parchment in between so this bag doesn't fuse together. Okay, enough about that. So I hope everybody's enjoying the bag. I'm going to give them for sure to my grandkids for, I got one for my vehicle for when I do ride the grandbabies. And then I do have some I'm giving them for their Easter or Valentine's. I'm not quite sure yet. Okay. Good morning, Willa, Brenda. Okay, I see everybody starting to hop on. Thank you, Judy. Yeah, sometimes this is kind of, thank you for your time, she said. And this is actually, it's fun for me because I finally get someone to craft with. None of my children, I have 4 kids, none of them have the crafting gene. So, none of them really like to actually sit down. They never like to paint, anything like that. I've went through painting and vinyl and everything. So, and none of them really got that crafting gene. So, I'm actually crafting and designing with you guys. So, this is fun for me. Okay. Keeping on track. Let me cross these off. Okay. So, I am going to post the earring template. As soon as I'm done with here, I do have a template made that I made from these so that you can go ahead if you wanted to do some of your own designs in them. That's fine. I got a template that I'm going to post for you. It'll be in the files. I will put that in as soon as we're done with the video and I get all of the information in that, okay? The earrings. So as you see, here's these ones. These are, I think these ones are the Faith ones. Yes. Doing these ones. These ones are the Faith. I love these. And here are some of the others that I have. And these are in, I did a video, like a small little video just to show you them. But they print stunning. And these earrings are not at all heavy. As you can see, they are not pulling down my ears. They're very, very lightweight. MDF, this MDF, this Unisub, it is very lightweight. So that's awesome about that because, I've had so many earrings. I have a ton of jewelry upstairs and I have some that I absolutely love. Not MDF, but just jewelry. And they're beautiful and stunning and they're elaborate and they're heavy. And then you just can't wear them. They're really not usable. So, but these are, and I love that, the fact that they are so light that they do not bring your ears down at all. Okay, so here, just to show you up close at how beautiful these are. And these are the designs. If you do the design bundle, which I have a post on right now, I'm offering 18 designs. These are in it for $10. It is $15 in my shop, but you know, I always try to give you guys the deal here for being in the group. So I'm going to post that, leave that go probably for like 2 or 3 days. Here is the flag. And of course, I got the faith ones here, and this one is, you're seeing it backwards, but this is the cross Jesus. And then we have a leopard, and this has a little bit of glitter in it. I don't know if you could see, let's see if the camera catches that. Sometimes, there it is. It's got a little bit of the glitter in it, built into the design. And I love these. These will be great for late summer, fall. Just pretty. What else do we got here? Oh, and of course I love pink and black together. What size are the bundle designs that you have posted? They are for the, I have them for this, but I will tell you, this right here, you can size up and down these, so any of my designs without losing the quality of the print. So you can take this and size it. There is smaller ones I've seen on the market for these. I think they're like a 1.5 inch, and it should size down to that. Maybe give or take a little, but for the most part, it's still the same design, just sized down. Okay. So I hope that answered your question, Brenda. Yes, these are sizable up and down. Okay, so, oh, and I want to tell you that my daughter, I'm going to post a link to that too. She has a mock-up for these already. She did the mock-up for these. So if you're looking for a mock-up, I'll give you the link to her shop. And she does have the mock-up for these that you can go ahead and use for your sales. So to go ahead and get some orders on that without actually having to make the design, if you've never used a mock-up, I will tell you that mock-ups are awesome for marketing your items. Because what you need to do is, you know, you don't want to make a bunch of things that might not sell. So mock-ups are the way to do that. What it is it's a blank product. You take the design that you've purchased, and then you just take that and you lay it on or underneath, depending on how the design is. Like the frame bundles go behind. But most of the time it's either you lay it on top or you lay it behind it. So, and then that way you can show a mock of what product you have and what you want to market without literally making the design until you place the order for it. So it saves a lot on wasted product. I have the blanks. I'm still doing a post on them. Right now I have a wait list. I'm getting some more of these in hopefully soon. So you'll see there was a little cutoff on where like there's a wait list for this. But if you want these, usually I have these within 1 week. So they are done right here in the States. I'm not importing anything. These are right here. So I can have these probably in about a week or less. So get on the wait list if you're interested in them. There's a post for them here, Lisa. Okay. Okay. All right. I think we are probably ready to head on in to doing these. Okay. If any of you have worked for the with the Unisub MDF before, these are super easy to do. I will tell you, on most of my like tiles, this kind of material, I always pre-press, just because sometimes I find they hold moisture and they'll get, if you've done it before and you'll know what it is, the slates do it, the dry erase boards do it, you get kind of like a white blotchy almost kind of like a milky film to it. That means there's moisture in it. So in order to avoid that, I kind of just always pre-press just for a minute or two, not even, just a few seconds on these. On the other things, usually I will let you know, pre-press them, like the slates need a whole minute before you do them. Will I be offering the 1.5 size blanks? I might be. I'm considering it. If enough of you might be interested in it, I might do that. I might even just get like maybe 200 to start to see. Because I would like to get some smaller ones as well, even though I love these big ones. But I got big hair, so I'm like that go big or go home kind of girl. Now these do, as you can see, I'm pulling a film off of these. Every one of these earrings have a film on them. Okay? So you got to get the plastic film off. Get this film off of here. So make sure you do that, because they're double-sided too, which is awesome. I've seen these on the market where they're only one-sided, and I don't know about you, but I really don't want mine one-sided. I want them, if they would happen to move and turn, that they're going to be the same on both sides. That you're not going to have a brown like the note boards are, okay? So I love that. Yes, the smaller ones. Yeah, I was thinking about getting the smaller ones. And there's a few other different shapes to them, which I'm thinking about getting as well. Have a few designs in mind, and I'm thinking about a couple of the other designs there are, or other shapes. Because there's some really nice shapes out there that I'm like, oh, I know what I would put on that. So let me just get this last one pulled off. And then I'm going to pre-press these. And these are, I have these set at 390 for 45 seconds. I found that was what worked on these. 400 seemed to be a little too hot. So I'm doing about 390. For about 45 seconds. And you don't have to pre-press both sides, just kind of, I'm just pressing them, and then I'm only going to press these for about 20 seconds. And then that usually kind of just gets out the moisture from the front and the back. So how many have I pressed at one time? I want to say 12 of them, which would be 6 sets, just the other day. And these get hot. So I let them cool for a second because they are hot to the touch. Now I do have heat gloves. I bought some heat gloves, other ones, because I'm not real crazy about these. I love the fit of these. I just wish they wouldn't have this blue, because sometimes this blue gets stuck onto it wipes off, but it gets kind of stuck onto my hot items if I touch them, so I always got to watch where I touch. But I bought some new ones on Amazon, and I got the wrong pair. I don't know how I did that. I don't even know how I got it in my cart. I thought I was getting the UGG glove, and I didn't. I got some kind of weird, like welding gloves. So I got the wrong ones, so I'm returning them and trying to get the other ones. Okay. So I've done about 12 of these at a time before. All right. Here are, so I can print out, and the way I did them, I'm doing 6. This is an 8x11 sheet. I'm printing out 6 on just a save paper on a piece of paper. Okay. Let me see, I have 4. Let me do something I haven't done already. That way my jewelry box is full. Okay, so printed these out small. Well, I think I might have printed these too small. I might not have had my printer set right. We'll see. We will see. Let me test this one here. Okay, so when I'm printing them, when I'm pressing them, I use my pressing pad. I know I go over this every single time, but I get asked this question. This is probably one of my biggest questions I get asked a lot of. This is just a pressing pillow. This is the Cricut design one. It's been my favorite yet. I have some other ones that have been made, like they're homemade ones, but I love this one. It's got a lot of density to it. So I love this one. So I have these in different sizes. They come in a few different sizes. You can get these right at Michael's, Joann, or Amazon. I have a large one downstairs. This is the 12 by 12 on my 15 by 15 press. It just usually stays here because I love it. I use it for so much. It gives that even pressure that I'm looking for a lot of my items. And this is one of them that I find that it works best for, because I need that even pressure, where sometimes with a clamshell, you don't get that even as much because you have more pressure toward the back than you do the front. Without having to turn these, this is helping give that pressure even with a heavier press. So let me see it. I'm going to press this one. So I'm going to use a piece of butcher paper and literally on the bottom and then on the top, paper up. Might have printed my design too small, so I'm going to check. I might not have had it set right. I was doing some other printing. The cleaner for the heat press. Yes, clean your heat press often, ladies, because you might not realize that this is what I use, and I got this right at Joann's, and it's the Dritz Iron Off, and it's just a hot iron cleaner. I clean my press probably once. I print a lot, and I press a lot. I'm pressing every day, every single day, probably at least 15 to 30 items per day that I'm pressing. So you might not realize it, but that little bit of ghosting that you will see on your paper is getting some on your plate. So over time, that's building up. So make sure you clean your plate off occasionally. I did make it too small. Well, I'm not going to print again. I made my design too small. I was printing from something else. But there you go. Look, I made my design too small. So when you make this design, it was just because I didn't have my settings correct and I didn't look this morning. When you do, you always want to have a little bit of an overhang. So your image has to be a little bit bigger than your substrate, so that way you get a full bleed or you cover the whole surface. I didn't print out correctly, so I was printing some other things this morning, and as you can see, I made it too small. But look how beautiful it prints and presses. This was the snakeskin one, and this is in your design as well. Let me see. I printed out a few of these, so let me see. I don't know if I got them all wrong. Yeah, I think I did. Rats. Usually I have a bunch of extras around, and of course today I wouldn't, right? No. Go figure. Okay, so, but as you see, it's just as easy as that. Let me see if I can get a good press out of this one. And I will tell you what I do sometimes is when I'm trying to figure out a design, what I'll do is I will take this and print this on regular paper before I use my inks. Before I use my inks. So that might be a trick that you want to do if you want to see if your design size is working. You can always go ahead and print it out on regular printer paper. Test it that way before you use your inks. And I probably should have paid more attention this morning. I think this one's going to be short too. When I was pressing or printing, but I didn't. I was in a hurry because I'm never ready. Time and temp, 390, 45 seconds. Do I have any more blanks left? I have a bunch coming. There's a wait list for them right now. Okay, my dog must see the cat. Nico, stop. Go lay down. That's my dog. I have a golden retriever and he doesn't like, we have a cat that comes around and he does not like the cat. My press has a Teflon sheet on the top. How can I clean that? Is it permanent, the Teflon sheet? Because it shouldn't be permanent. I don't know what kind, unless I'm just not understanding what that was. So 400 degree or 390, 45 seconds. I do a heavy pressure, not super heavy, so I would say like a medium heavy with the pressing pillow. Woo, these are hot, hot, hot. Press this one a little bit better, but it's still a little bit shy on the sides. As you can see, I just got just a tad, so I just got to adjust my template. Like I said, I was printing a bunch of things this morning and I guess I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so there you go, but look how beautiful. I mean, they're nice and shiny. Any residue from the tape? No, I don't got any. And I did these black ones, and usually if you see residue, it will definitely show on like a black. I don't have any. So I'm not seeing no residue on any of these. So that's a good thing. These are really holding up well. Okay, so let me show you the hardware that comes with them, because the hardware does come with these. Super easy. Here is the hardware that you get. Let me try to get this in focus here. Okay, so if you could see, here's the hardware that comes with it. And if you see how that's opened there? All you do is, this got a little hole up here, right here at the top. You are literally just gonna put that in and press that together. Boom, done. And it's nice. I mean, it gives it a nice finished look. Can you see this? There we are. So super easy. Okay, so that's it. Other than making sure you, when you print, that you print the correct size that you need. Super easy for these. These turn out beautiful. Don't forget to peel your film off for them. And I think that's it. Like I said, you'd be surprised at how easy these were to make. Okay, I think that's it that I have to go over with you guys. Does anybody have any questions on the earrings? So there is a wait list for them. I have some more coming. I have 200 or 300 more. I can't remember what she had on hand. I'm going to, Karen, I'm going to see about the 1.5 inch ones, and then if I can get those in a reasonable amount of time, excuse me, I'll make a post for those. Okay, so let me check on those, because there was some other designs too that I had, some other shapes that I had in mind. So when I placed an order, I was probably going to place an order for a couple of the different shapes. So let me go ahead and look into that further, and then I will make a post on that. What is the time and temp again? I'm going to put that in this finished video. That way you'll have that. Okay. And I have everybody's that have paid to date ready to go. They're packaged. I'm actually going to be heading to the post office when we are done here. So those are going to be shipping today. I spent all day yesterday sorting them out, getting them shipped and packaged up. And let me tell you, these little hangers, I was at massive stress limit yesterday with these, because you know they come in a bulk bag. They don't come like with each earring. You just get a bag of these. Has anybody ever untangled necklaces? Well, let me tell you, I was at major stress level yesterday with these little buggers, just trying to get them untangled to get the right amount into each package. So that probably took me the longest, was getting those buggers untangled, because I had 600 of them that I was untangling. Okay. Next question somebody did ask was, how do I figure out the cost of these? So I would probably sell these. Cost is a hard thing, and it's the one thing that I know most people struggle with. What do they charge for an item? You know, that is all, I'm in so many different groups, and that is probably the number one question, other than where do I find this at? Thank you, Karen. Yes, these can be resized. Other than how much do I charge? Okay. I'm going to give you my way to figure out how I figure out a cost of an item and how much I want to retail it for, how much I want to offer it for. I take, all right, so this is easy. I take the cost of the substrate or the material that I've got into a product. Okay, so I take that and I times it by either 2 or 3 times the amount. So if these were $3, I would either take and start with $6 or $9. Yeah. So $6 or $9 then. That is just what I have in material. Okay, so that would be your markup for the material. Then I would I give myself an hourly rate. What do you feel that yourself is worth hourly? Now, everybody has different pricing. You can't, let me just say this. If you are let's use for example, a welder. If you are just fresh out of school and you are getting your first job, you are not paid the same amount as the person who has been doing this for 20 years. Okay? So if you're new to this and you're saying, why am I not getting $30 for my item when I'm only getting, like some other people that I see, but I'm only getting $15, so half of that. Maybe that's because you're just starting. You know, you have to think of it, what is your experience level? So at that, I would say give yourself pricing according to your level of expertise. So someone who's starting out in this might say, well, I'm worth $10 an hour. I'm going to say this though, don't give yourself any less than minimum wage. Okay? So if you think right now that you're just starting out, you want to get your feet wet, pay yourself at least minimum wage an hour. Okay? So, but don't expect to pay yourself $20 an hour because you don't have that experience yet. All right? So everybody's following me on that. You know, I can't get what some people that have been doing it 8, 10, 15 years. It's just, I can't do that. Oh, my doorbell's going to go off. FedEx is here. They, you know, these guys are like, they probably think they live here. So with that in mind, am I still here? Okay. It's telling me that my connection is low. All right, let's see. Am I losing people? Okay, so hopefully I didn't lose you. It's telling me my connection's low. I don't know why. So then search the internet. Look on Amazon, look on Etsy, Google it, see what people are offering for it. Because if you're coming up with a $30 price range and the price is really, oh, good, I'm back. So if you're coming up with a $30 price range and items are commonly, there's an average about it selling about 20 or 25, you're probably not going to sell it for 30, so adjust accordingly. And every area is different, so remember that. I'm in the city. I probably can get way more for an item than somebody who's living out in the country. So you've got to think about that too. Pennsylvania is probably not getting the same cost as Canada would, or we are not getting the same amount as California would. So you have to think about that too. Where are you at? So those are all things that you need to consider when you're doing your pricing. So the simple math is your cost of your item times 2 or 3 on that. Then so that would be your material. So times that times 2 or 3, and then how long it took you. So what you're going to pay for yourself hourly, and then adjust that to how long it took you. Okay, so figure that out, and then get your cost, do a search on Amazon, Etsy, Google, see what the average cost is, and then price yourself accordingly to that. That's how I kind of come up with my item pricing. So I hope that helped anybody, because that's always a huge question. And there's really no simple math or simple answer to that, I can say, because, you know, like I just said, I can get sometimes more because I'm in a city where someone living way out in the country with a little country shop. Sorry. Of course I would get all the phone calls today, right? So that's how I come up with that scenario. Okay, does anybody else have any questions on anything? I did want to tell you another thing. When you order or you invoice, I'm invoicing you. When I invoice you for an item or a design or whatever it is, a lot of people will message me and say, hey, I did not get that file sent to my email. Because what happens is, and I don't know if some of you realize, but you might give me an email to invoice you with, but then when you go in and pay, it could be just a different device you're using, or what you have set up under that to pay. You go in and you pay, and it's a whole different email. And when I'm shipping out files, I ship it to the email that came with the paid invoice. So if any of you are doing that differently, sometimes, because I know I have one that I had set up like 10 years ago with a different email. But I keep that email just because I know that certain things come from my PayPal and things come to that. But it's different from my email that I give people. So you need to remember, if you want to change that, you can go into your account settings and change that. You need to change that. You can change your email. So some people message me and say, hey, you never sent me that file. I usually send them out within a few hours, depending on when they're coming in and what I have planned for the day. Sometimes I'll get the invoices, send them out. They don't get paid right away. And then when I come back in and I'll ship it and I'll be like, I sent it to your email. But I don't go back and check those emails. That it would just be so much work to do that, to look up everybody's paid email, to go back and look to the email, the original email they sent me. And a lot of times is because it'll come in under a business name and I don't know what your business name is, or it'll be paid from your husband's account and I have no idea of that. So I send it to the email that is paid in PayPal, just so that you all know that, okay? So you need to check that. You need to go back into your account settings and look for that, because I get a lot of emails about that. And believe me, I'm sending your files, ladies. And if you don't happen to get it, then you do need to message me if you don't happen to get it, because sometimes I bulk email a lot of things. So I'll be putting 10 people in it at one time and then sending it out. And sometimes, you know, through internet space, one gets dropped off somewhere. So, okay. I think that was it that I had for all of you. Is everybody still here with me? Someone is asking me about the system that I seen that earlier, what I use. I use an Epson 7720, and I have the continuous ink supply system through ink. My phone is just ringing off the hook this morning. My Etsy shop is Char, C-H-A-R, Sethman Designs. And I'll put a link to that as well. And you can find it on most of my posts. I usually say shop here or shop, and then I'll have my name on it. So where do I get the blanks? These blanks I'm getting from a private supplier that I have. I have a wholesale supplier that she cuts them for me. So this is where I'm getting these from. Okay, so people are asking, so this is the continuous ink supply system that I'm using, and it did come with the hanger, and it hangs off the side, and it's refillable. I love this. I love my inks. I have never had any major issues with them. It is inkproducts.com, and I use them exclusively. I love them. I think that it works great with this system. Okay, I think everybody, and then I use the A-Sub papers, 125. A lot of people like the 120 because it's a little bit thinner and you don't get the pizza wheels. But I will say this about the pizza wheels is kind of like that little black line that goes through. I will say this, I probably run a print head cleaning because I print a lot. And if you don't print a lot, you still need to do that because that's a big thing that you need to get your lines moving. That's why the sawgrass is, a lot of people love the sawgrass because it does its own maintenance. So when you have an Epson, you have to do your own maintenance on it. That's meaning not only printing every day, even though I'm printing all the time and that ink's running through, you can't hear me? Is anybody else having issues with hearing? Is my volume back? Okay. Do I have volume? Now you can? Am I back? Okay. Good. Okay, a lot of people have problems with the pizza wheels. So with the sawgrass does its own maintenance. Okay, so you couldn't hear the name of the Etsy shop. I'm going to put a link to it, Karen. Okay, so what you need to do is with an Epson, even though I print so much, I still need to maintain that. And what I do is probably every 2 days, I go and I just do a print head cleaning. And I found that I do 2 in a row. and I don't ever really print the test page. I just do 2 print head cleanings in the morning, probably the second or third day that I've used it, and I'll just do 2 print head cleanings, and then I'll just go on about my day. And it seems to be working. I'm not saying that, you know, it will work for you. That's just the strategy that I use. But I will tell you, just because we print a lot from the printer and you're printing every day on an Epson, does not mean that you still do not have to do maintenance on it. Meaning you do need to do a print head cleaning on it, because eventually you do get those pizza wheels on it. And I found that in the very beginning that, you know, I was like, I was like, oh, I'm printing every single day. But I know now that when I'm doing my print head cleanings every, like, 3rd day, it seems to keep those pizza wheels away. Okay, I don't know why I'm in and out. My internet is crazy. I took it even off of my house internet thinking that was it, and I put it straight on data. Still not, I don't know. Who knows, maybe Verizon's going crazy today. Okay, so I have that. I use the A sub papers. Oh, and I was going to tell you I use the 125G. A lot of people like the 120G for it's not as thick of paper. It's a little bit more thinner, and they say, I guess they don't get the pizza wheels as much. I've never really had any issues with this. I did try, one time I ordered the 120G, and I didn't like the thinness of it. So I think that's kind of preference, and whatever works best for your Epson. Okay. Any other questions while I'm on here? Because sometimes it's easier to address this than to, if you have a question, than to get you in a message, because sometimes it takes longer for me to explain, or I just don't explain it right in a text. Okay. So if any of you ever do have any questions, you can always message me. I will tell you though, you need to sometimes, if I don't message you within a few hours, because I'm usually pretty good with that. I'm a phone carrier and I do have my messages with me. So if I see something pop up, I answer it. So if I don't, you need to maybe make a post and say, you know, tag me in it and say I sent you a message. Because sometimes it goes to that crazy other messenger and I don't even see it. My phone don't even alert me to it, or like even show me. I literally have to click on it, and then sometimes somebody else will be in there and I'll be like, I have 15 of them. And I don't even realize it because it never even let me know that. Okay, so I'm going to post the link to my daughter's shop for the mock-ups. I think I covered everything else. And then I'll give the rest of the links for everything else. And you messaged me on my Etsy shop. Okay, I'll check that, because usually I get that right away. I have to check, because I've had a lot of messages over the last couple of days, and I might have accidentally clicked off of it. And you know what? Let me tell you this. My granddaughter gets my phone. She watches it. I pick her up every day from daycare, from preschool. And messages will come on there. She'll click it and click right, and then like she does that swipe. She doesn't even take it away. She just kind of like, so it's already, she already clicked it to as if like she read it, and then she clicks it away. So sometimes that might be happening. Okay, so Judy, I'll go in and I'll look and see about the mirror frames. Okay. Where can you get the ink system? I'll post all of that in this when I finish up and repost this to Replay. I'll give all that information. Your grandson does the same thing. Oh, and I'll tell her, I'll say, it's my granddaughter Katie. I'll be like, Katie, those are important. Grandma don't do that. Just hand it to Grandma, and Grandma will look at it and then let you get back on the phone. It doesn't work. She still just, get it off of there. I'm dancing, Grandma, or I'm watching something. Oh, goodness, these kids, huh? So, but I'll look, Judy, and then I'll message you back. Okay, I think that's it. Again, here we are with the earrings. and I'll let you know about the other ones. I will make a post. I'm going to go ahead and see about getting the smaller ones, and I think there was like 2 more different designs, shapes I should say, that I really liked. I'm going to go ahead and get some samples in and see what I think of them, and then we might be moving on to some more earrings because I love these, and I think these would be great craft show fillers. So if you're looking for, I always like those little items for fillers, I think these would be it. And these actually, you know, I know some of you, I'm a little bit more daring. I would print on the spot. So I would have some out as samples, and I would print and press right on the spot. Okie dokie. All right, everybody. You have a great day. And I do want to tell you, I am working on something right now, and I'm probably going to be doing a live with it on Monday. So far, so good, and I think yins are going to love it. All right, it's a new technique, and I've almost got it perfected, and I think yins guys are going to love it. So be looking for that. I'll post that probably over the weekend. All right, everybody, you have a great day, and be blessed.